Here in Sunnyvale, California, we're going to be removing this coupling so that we can get access to this unit's branch. We had a service call here for a backup, and when we cameraed the line, we found roots in the branch leading to the main line. So today we are going to be descaling the line
with this toolbox. This toolbox contains our chains and our sandpaper that we will use to file down the inside of the line and clean everything out. Here we are taking out our client's hose because obviously we don't want to get it dirty inside of the pipe. So we started to install our own so we could throw it in with our miller and our camera. Here's where we started to put in all of our things that we needed to inside of the pipe. Here's our camera going in and our miller's already inside. Now here's all three of our things inside of the pipe, and this is what it looks like, and our pedal to use to spin around the miller. This is what our job was looking like, and I will try to turn down the volume so it isn't as loud on your ears. For those of you wondering why we need a camera, this is why we can see our work as we go, and you can see why we need water as it flushes everything out as we work. Here we reach the main line, so now we're going to pull out our miller.
Descaling, we already cameraed the line, so right now we're just marking where the end of the branch is to connect to the main line.
This is what our setup was looking like with cameras and everything. And look at me do work. Kind of as an apprentice, but not really, but still, I was doing stuff. Man, was this one of the nicest clients as well. She gave us an umbrella for extra shade and gave us some Sprite and water to keep refreshed while we waited for the water to rinse everything out. Look at me, today I actually got to do some work. But man, does this stuff look easier than it actually is. Whenever you start something out, it's always super hard and hard on the body and plumbing, but it usually gets easier as you go. Here we finally began to switch the head, and we switched over to the sandpaper. Here's the miller inside, and now we're going to start filing the line down. Same stuff you guys have already seen, so here's a small clip.
I'm going to leave the hose in there flushing the line while we pick up and clean up, and everything else in the line should be in good condition. Alright, this is the camera in the line after descale with both the chains and the filing paper.
Here you guys can see that everything looks clean and nice and is ready for the liner to go in. That's pretty much our day complete, just packing up and putting everything back where it was, and also putting the pipe back in place so these people can still use their water, and lastly, making sure we don't scratch any cars on the way out.